Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be super quick and casual. I really just wanted to sit here and talk to you guys about the 3 foundations that take me through all of my looks. So I have 3 different looks: my no makeup, my everyday, which is pretty much like one step above my no makeup, and then my more glam, like going out type of look. And for all 3 of those looks, I have 3 different foundations that I like to use. And these are foundations that I have come to after trying out what feels like hundreds, especially now that, you know, there's so many foundations that have just been released, and I feel like it could be a little bit overwhelming. I kind of just wanted to bring it back to the basics today and just remind you guys that you don't need necessarily 70 different foundations to achieve all these different types of looks. I would love if you guys could let me know in the comments what your 3 favorite foundations are for your no makeup look, your everyday look, and then your full glam look. All right, without further ado, let's get right into it. So starting off with the very first category, which is the no foundation look. This is definitely my most worn type of look. This is what I wear day to day. Before the current reigning foundation queen, I was wearing the Nude Sticks Tinted Blur Stick as like my go-to everyday foundation. And the reason why I really liked that product was because it was super sheer. It was very easy to apply, especially on the go. Like you literally just had to like draw it on your face, blend out with your fingers. And because it was so sheer, it didn't really matter if you blended it out perfectly, if it covered your whole face, because it kind of just melted into the rest of the skin, which was nice. And it just gave you that perfect amount of coverage. And that product is also kind of like a drier texture. The whole point of the stick is that it's a blur stick. So it's supposed to actually blur your pores a little bit. Because of that, it's not like a super emollient product. My only issue with the Tinted Blur Stick is that if I did not prep my skin well enough, it would look a little bit too dry on my skin. It would kind of like attach to my dry patches, so I always had to make sure to be properly moisturized, otherwise it didn't look so hot. So recently, Nude Sticks actually just released a brand new foundation called the Tinted Cover, and I gotta say, this has completely replaced the blur stick for me by far, because it kind of gives me the same type of effect that the blur stick gives me, where, you know, it kind of just covers up what needs to be covered. It gets rid of my redness. It still lets a lot of my natural skin texture show through. But because this is a liquid product, I do find this to be a little bit more flattering on the skin. And I also find that it has a little bit more coverage compared to the blur stick. This product is so great because it literally looks like you are wearing nothing. Like when you start to blend it into your skin, it truly like disappears into the face. Now, typically products that do that are really sheer, and that's why they do that, because you don't even really see them on the face in the first place. But what's so nice about the tinted cover is that even though it literally looks like you are not wearing any foundation, it still gives you some really nice coverage to your skin. This is actually the foundation that I'm wearing on my face right now, and you can see like my skin looks pretty perfected, but if you look really close, my skin looks still super lightweight, and that's why it's so great for my no makeup days. Now, I would say the only downside to this product is the amount of product that you do get in here. You don't even get a full fluid ounce, which is kind of disappointing. You get 0.68. So, I mean, if you're using this every day, you're probably gonna go through it pretty quickly. So my one step above my no makeup look is my everyday look. But my everyday look where I want to look like I, you know, put a little bit more effort into my makeup. This is a foundation that I go to when I have like a daytime meeting, or if I'm going out for lunch with somebody and I kind of want to, you know, get a little bit more spruced up than normal. Typically, this type of like category of foundation for me is something that is like light to medium coverage, that still looks really nice and natural on the skin, and that lasts also really well, because this is typically something that I will wear, you know, throughout the day into the nighttime. Now, when I first started wearing foundation consistently, like 6-7 years ago, this was the very first foundation that I fell in love with. So it's kind of a throwback. I kind of rediscovered it, especially since they recently reformulated this product, and I feel like they made it so much better. And it is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Natural Skin Perfector. Now, this is considered technically a tint moisturizer, but I really feel like this product has way more of like a light to medium coverage. Definitely not what you would think a tinted moisturizer would give you. I feel like it gives you a whole lot more. And what I love so much about this product, similar to why I like the Nude Sticks Tinted Cover, is that this just melts into the skin It looks so natural looking on the face, and it's just such an easy foundation to wear. You know, there's sometimes foundations that you put on that you really have to finesse into the skin in order for it to, you know, look good. This product looks amazing blended out with the fingers. Like, you don't even need to use a brush or a sponge to make this product look good. It just makes it a product that I don't have to really worry about, and that's something that I definitely really appreciate. And it also does have that natural skin-like finish, so it's not too dewy, it's not too matte, and that also makes it last really well throughout the day, because sometimes a really dewy foundation will just kind of slip off, and then something that's too matte will just crack off the face. I also feel like this is a pretty like hydrating formula, which just feels nice on my dry skin. I mean, it's an oldie but a goodie for a reason, and it's definitely been my go-to as of late. So my last category of foundations is my full coverage going out event foundation. So this is a foundation that is normally more of like a medium to full coverage. It's typically what I like to wear when, like I said, I go to an event or I go to a party. I want my skin to look flawless. I'm okay with it not looking, you know, completely natural looking, but I also don't want to look too heavy or cakey or like I'm wearing too much makeup, even though I do want that coverage. So my go-to as of late that I've been completely obsessed with is the Laura Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation. Now, I just realized that 2 out of the 3 foundations that I spoke about today are from Laura Mercier. That was not on purpose. This is not a sponsored video. It just so happens those are the foundations that I've been really enjoying. This was actually sitting in my collection for a really long time before I decided to put it on, and I was kind of shocked by how gorgeous the finish of this product actually is. I have tried before, I think it was like the Candle Glow foundation from Laura Mercier, which is not the same thing at all, and that's kind of what deterred me from trying this product, because I actually did not like so much the Candle Glow foundation. So the description of this product is a luminous liquid foundation with up to 15 hours of hydration and weightless medium to full coverage for a perfectly glowing finish in any light. And that really describes the product perfectly. What I really love so much about this is that it is a medium to full coverage foundation, so it covers up, you know, everything. And like the name of the foundation obviously suggests, it does have like a really nice soft glow to it. So I wouldn't really call this a dewy foundation because it doesn't make your skin look wet. It does have a nice kind of very natural, soft glow to it, which just looks really flattering. When you're playing with medium to full coverage, it could get really heavy and cakey pretty easily. So when I find a foundation that has that amount of coverage but still looks, you know, natural and radiant on the face, it's a winner in my books. I also actually really like to apply this product with my fingers. I find with my fingers it looks even more lightweight than when I apply it with a sponge or a brush, but it still keeps that coverage there. And this is also a really buildable product. So if you feel like you want some more coverage, you can, you know, build it up in specific areas. What I also like about this, and actually with the other foundations as well, I don't have to set it down with a powder for it to last. It lasts really well on its own. It also doesn't feel sticky or heavy without setting it with powder, because sometimes if you don't set a foundation with powder, it could feel like, you know, it's just gonna remove off of your face if you even brush it with like a hand, or even if you hug somebody, you don't want it to transfer. This does not have that like sticky feeling. It does not transfer even if you don't set it. So that's definitely a huge plus, especially as somebody with a drier skin type. I do like to avoid powder as much as possible. By the way, for the shades, for the Nude 6-1, I use Nude 3.5. For the Laura Mercier products, typically I'm between 2-in-1 and 3-in-1, just depending on how tan I am. So for the tinted moisturizer, I'm 3-in-1, which is sand. And then for the Flawless Lumiere, I'm 2-in-1, which is cashew, and that's just because I bought this when I was a little bit more fair. So guys, that is actually it for today's video. Those are the 3 foundations that take me from a no makeup look to a full glam, full coverage look, and then one that's kind of right in between. I know this video was short and sweet, but I really hope that you guys found it helpful. Of course, give it a big thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you are not subscribed already and you want to join the fam. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.